49ers get the dub, but at what cost? Let's talk about it. Let's drop the intro, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk all about it. Yo, what's up, everybody? We are finally home after a dub. 49ers beat the Dolphins. I mean, man, Brock Purdy came in. It was a wild game. Unfortunately, it's a bittersweet win, right? God, man, this happened twice this season. So, as we all know, Jimmy Garoppolo suffered a broken foot, man. It's tough, and he's out for the season. That is just absolutely devastating news. I feel so bad for Jimmy. He's played so good. Since he came in for Trey Lance, who broke his ankle in week 2 against the Seahawks. It's crazy. So what a story this season has been with quarterbacks, right? They thought they were going to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, and boom, lo and behold, they give him a contract to stay with the team, and they restructure it, and he's QB2, Trey Lance is QB1, and then boom, he goes down, broken ankle, and then Jimmy comes in, wins the game when he comes back in, in relief against the Seahawks, and then now he's the quarterback, and then boom, a couple weeks later, Jimmy Garoppolo goes down. He was carted off. His ankle just twisted. You could just see his foot twisted so bad, and then we find out, breaking news, that he broke his foot and he's out for the season. And then here comes Brock Purdy, comes in relief, and he gets the dub, and Purdy looked good today. I mean, oh my God, man, I feel so sick to my stomach for Jimmy Garoppolo, man. He played so good throughout these last couple weeks, and he's really been trying so hard for a contract, and you hate to see this for Jimmy. A couple years back he had the torn ACL, he had to rehab, and now he's got a broken foot. Like, that's just bad luck for the guy, man. And you know what, though, I got to give Brock Purdy so much respect. He played good, 2 touchdowns. I knew he threw the pick, but that was like a punt. That was kind of like a whatever. Field position was at the time, you go for the 4th, and he played well. He executed good for his first game in, all of a sudden thrown into the fire, and he had to kind of just focus up. He played pretty poised, so I got to give Brock Purdy a lot of credit for this game. He was getting the ball to CMC, man, and Debo, and everybody that was out there, and he put the ball in some tight windows. I'll tell you what, Brock Purdy was very nice in relief. Now teams are going to have to look at him and game plan for him. He's their quarterback. I don't think they're going to make a crazy move. There's really nobody out there. I know people are going to say Cam Newton, all these guys. Brock Purdy's the quarterback. I'm sure they'll sign someone to the practice squad because you need 3 quarterbacks, and right now they only have 2. So it's crazy, man, that this actually happened. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. That this team, man, it's just like every year. What the heck? What the heck, man? Oh, man. But I'll tell you what, Brock Purdy threw some nice dimes. There were some throws. They were in like very short windows, and Brock made the passes. So shout out to Brock, man. He stepped up, and prayers up to Jimmy Garoppolo. Fuck, man. Ah, man. Brock Purdy was moving, though. He has some wheels. He definitely has some wheels, man, and he made some moves. So I got to give him his credit. But shout out to this defense. This defense was lights out. Second half, they gave up 1 touchdown and ended the streak of second half touchdowns, but they were in Tua's head. Dre Greenlaw and Nick Bosa. Let me tell you about these 2 guys. Dre Greenlaw and Nick Bosa were absolutely incredible tonight. I mean, Nick Bosa, I think he took this game personal. What did I say? I said Nick Bosa needs to have a big game to be the front runner of Defensive Player of the Year. He must have been listening because he had 3 sacks. He now leads the NFL in sacks, and he had the strip sack. That's what I kept saying. I said he needs to have a turnover play. The boy got the strip sack. Dre Greenlaw scooped it up. What an incredible moment, man. That defense. Diamador Lenore got an interception. He was going up against Tyreek. Shout out to Tyreek Hill, man. He played his ass off. Waddle was going through a leg injury, but you knew they were going to get theirs. But Lenore with the pick, Jimmy Ward with the pick, man, his defense, and then Fred Warner with the pick. Yo, the 49ers pretty much just ended Tua's MVP campaign. I'm going to tell you right now, they had 3 picks on the guy. I know he got a big touchdown, but hey, the 49ers basically put an end to Tua's MVP campaign. Yo, man, I did call that. I did call that strip sack. What did I tell you, Terrence? I said, Nick Bosa, strip sack. He needs to have a big game. I said 2 or 3 sacks. And Nick Bosa dominated. They didn't have 2 of their tackles, their 2 starting tackles, and Bosa ate. Bosa was eating, baby. Game ball to Nick Bosa, man. 100%. God, man, that was phenomenal. 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 That defense was just so fired up. You got to give D'Amico Ryans all the credit. He schemed it up. He really studied Mike McDaniel and that defense, man. They played so good. And I want to tell you about Arik Armstead. Can we talk about Arik Armstead? You know, the Jimmy Ward interception? That was because of Arik Armstead. Everybody owes Arik Armstead an apology if you was hating on him. Because, listen, this man came in and he was balling in the trenches. I think people need to realize that Arik Armstead is important. This was his first game back, and he was in there getting some pressure. He was cooking, man. Shout out to Arik Armstead. He got the pressure that led to the Jimmy Ward interception. I'm telling you what, man. Armstead was a big-time return in this game. Arik Armstead, glad he was back. I'm telling you, man, that guy was cooking. Defense cooked it. CMC, man. Yo, CMC was buttery, man. That guy, I love CMC. He's the best option to have for any quarterback, right? He was the guy that really helped Jimmy, right? He was the check down guy. But, bro, he was so good for Brock Purdy. He was so nice for Brock Purdy, man. Brock was finding CMC, and he was finding all the little holes. And shout out to Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason had more yards combined than Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert combined. Yo, Jordan Mason was running tough. 50 yards. He was running hard, man. There were some runs where I was like, oh, Jordan, don't hit him like that. He was determined. So I know it was a 100-yard game, but Jordan Mason had some big runs in that game. And I want to tell you, man, Kyle Shanahan, he outcoached Mike McDaniel. All week, everybody was sitting here saying Mike McDaniel was going to be better than Kyle. Mike McDaniel going to be better than Kyle. And Kyle Shanahan outcoached that, man. He could do nothing but get mad. He was so mad after that challenge. Kyle Shanahan, the challenge wizard, 2 challenges, critical plays in the game, and he won them both. Kyle Shanahan outsmarted, outcoached Mike McDaniel tonight. And I want to see everybody that doubted Kyle in this game apologize, man. Oh, man, what a game, boy. Brock Purdy, man. I'm so happy for Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the NFL draft, man. Shout out to Brock Purdy, man. Yo, right now we have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. We have Brock Purdy and Jacob Eason. They're probably going to pick a quarterback up this week. I'm not going to lie to you. They'll probably pick one up. I don't know who they're going to pick up, but they'll pick one up. Maybe Kurt Beckenhart, the guy that was on the practice squad before, just for depth. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, man, Brock Purdy versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady graduated college when Brock Purdy was born. Something crazy like that. There's some crazy stat like that. Oh, my God, man. What a damn game, man. We're not getting Cam Newton. We're not getting any of those cooked up, washed. We're not getting any of those guys. We're going to have to put the season on Brock Purdy. It's sad, but this is the 3rd guy. They drafted him. We got to roll with Brock, man. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. This is tough. It was a tough blow for Jimmy. It was a tough blow for Trey Lance. But now it's Mr. Irrelevant, man. And it's time for the kid to take it and grow and see what happens, you know. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but you got to give Purdy his props, man. He played good tonight. He played very good tonight. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man. Purdy was nice. He was throwing some beautiful plays, man. Phillip Rivers, stop. Why would you want Phillip Rivers? The guy's older than dirt, man. We're going to roll with Brock Purdy. Phillip Rivers? Why do people want Phillip Rivers and all these guys that are old and haven't tossed the football in months? I'm sorry. Phillip Rivers is not going to be the answer to the 49ers quarterback question. It sucks. Injuries suck. I would feel so bad for Jimmy. He was cooking this season. This man was cooking this season. And he was having a contract, and they might have brought him back. But, man, that injury's rough. I feel bad for Jimmy Garoppolo. His injury history is tough, man, and you got to feel bad for him. But, yo, again, shout out to the defense, man. Defense was cooking. It was a nice effort by the defense. And you know what? Deebo Samuel, bro. Let's talk about Deebo Samuel because to me, Deebo was a big part of this win. He was a big time part of this win. He had some in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter. There was a couple big time like third down plays, and they were getting it to Deebo, and he just would not let them take him down. He was carrying Dolphins defenders. He was playing physical today, and all week everybody was getting mad at Deebo. And I remember this all week. People were, "Oh, Deebo, he's soft. He's not gonna play. Oh my god!" And of course, he got to play today, and he was very physical, man. Yo, shout out to Deebo Samuel, man. Deebo Samuel played really tough at the end of this game. And, he was battling injuries, a deep thigh bruise, the quad injury, the hamstring injury last week. Deebo's playing on one leg, man. Let's be honest. And Deebo really put this team in good position. There was a lot of big plays that Deebo made today, and I'm going to give him a lot of credit, man, because Deebo needs some respect. People been talking dirty. People have been talking out the damn mind about Deebo this last week, man, because he had the injuries. Bro, it's a football. Football is tough, and he plays physical. And he took a helmet to the thigh last week, bro. Of course he's going to have a deep thigh bruise and maybe be questionable, but he played through it today. Deebo is tough, and that guy was a big part of this win today, man. Shout out, man. King Geo says, are y'all done with McDaniel better than Kyle? Bullshit. I mean, today Kyle proved he's better. He's better than all his little proteges. He's better than his proteges. I'm telling you, man. He's doing it. He's obviously lost to McVay in the NFC Championship game. That was tough, but he's had the better record against LaFleur, McVay, and now he finally played McDaniel heads up, and he got the better of him. So, my man Drew C says Jordan Mason unleashed 6.4 yards per carry. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, that was he was pushing him hard. The 49ers were just bullies. This was a bully ball. Again, the defense came out, cooked. They put Tua on his back. What did we say all week? The key to this game was getting pressure on Tua, and they ate him up, man. They ate Tua up. He could not get comfortable. They were in bad field position. Tua did not look good, and they were getting pressure in that man's face, dude. What a win. What are we going to do? Everybody's worried. We're going to have to roll with Brock Purdy, man. It's unfortunate. I mean, there's really nobody out there that you're going to want to throw in there and put the season on. There's nobody out there. We're going to have to trust Brock Purdy. I'm going to trust this kid. I mean, will we go all the way? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you what's going to happen this season, but I'm going to trust Brock Purdy, man, and I think Kyle is too. This team's going to have his back. This team goes through adversity, and we just got to take it 1 week at a time, man. It's Brock Purdy time. So he was poised. You got to give this kid credit. He was thrown in there out of nowhere, and he looked so calm. Mom spaghetti. He was calm and ready. I'm telling you, man. Nick Bosa, 3 sackaroonies. It was good. Drew says Armstead being back was game-changing. I told y'all, and that's what I said. I said you got to give some respect to Arik Armstead. Bro, Nick Bosa had 3 sacks because Armstead was eating in that D-line. Bro, I'm telling you, Arik Armstead is so critical to this defense. And you know what, man? I need everybody to give Arik Armstead some respect, some apologies. People that wrote up, people were sitting there, traitor, we should have kept DeForest. Like, people were crying every week on an injury report every time, Armstead wasn't back. And I was like, look, he has a hairline fracture in his foot. Like, I'm sure he wants to play. It's a tough injury. He's got plantar fasciitis. They got to be smart. It took him 8 weeks, and he came back, and he was so important. So important, man. Shout out to Arik Armstead, man. The 49ers have won 5 games in a row. 5 games in a row, man. Sad Niner fan says Purdy was getting smashed the whole game. I thought we were going to see Mitch at QB. Well, we don't have it would have been Kyle Juszczyk. He was the emergency quarterback. Yeah, O-line was getting a little worked at sometimes. There were some times where Purdy was getting thrown around, but he was able to escape some pressure. There were some nice plays, but he stayed tough in the pocket. I think next week's going to be a tough challenge. Buccaneers defense is a lot better than the Miami Dolphins. So, yeah, you're right, VZ, 100%. Greenlaw was a beast. Yeah, I agree, Boogie. Greenlaw was just phenomenal, man. He was flying. He was all over the place. He was making tackle after tackle. Again, Greenlaw and Nick Bosa were all over the place. Fred Warner played good today. He had that interception at the end. Someone in the comments said Diamaro Lenoir's interception was good for his confidence. Yeah, 100%. That interception by Diamond Lenore, that's going to really help him out. I think that's a big confidence booster, man. He was up against Tyreek Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he was going up against the best receiver in the league, arguably. So I gotta give these kids, these young guys, respect. There's some young players out there, and sometimes, we get bad plays against us, or the play you guys don't like, or they get a touchdown, or they give up a big play. You know what? Is young bucks. They're not always gonna be perfect, but these young guys are learning, man, and I gotta give a lot of respect to these youngsters. Jordan Mason, Diamond Lenore, man, they're playing, and you know what? Got to give respect to Jimmy Ward out there playing nickel cornerback, and everybody's saying he's not a good nickel and this and that. Well, Jimmy Ward had an interception, man, and he played his ass off tonight. I got to give him respect. Everybody's writing Jimmy off because he's not playing safety, and he knows it, man. He came on live the other day, and he says, I'm trying my best. I'm learning how to play nickel. They want me out there, and he really stepped up. His 6th career interception, man. Shout out to Jimmy Ward for that. Man, we beat a good team. We beat a really good team. That's a good offense they have, and we shut them down for the most part. They scored 17 points, guys. They scored 17. They only scored 1 touchdown in the second half. This is a dynamic offense. If anybody's upset about this win, I don't know what to tell you. This was a very good victory, a very, very good defense performance. 3 interceptions against an MVP, candidate, Tua. He's not an MVP candidate anymore, man. But, yeah, we got to kind of pick up the pieces, see what's going to happen, man, because, we did lose Jimmy Garoppolo, and that's tough. But we got to trust Brock Purdy. He's like a mini Jimmy Garoppolo out there. He kind of plays like Jimmy a little bit. He's like a little bit more mobile Jimmy. Got a quick release. He was poised, and now the team's going to rally around this young man. And the thing about Purdy, he played a lot of college football. He's not like a unseasoned player. He's played a lot of college football, so he does have some experience, man. He's not your normal rookie. He's got a lot of games under his belt out there. So Purdy's not a spring chicken. Again, I'm impressed by what he did, man. I'm impressed. So, Brock Purdy is cocky, and I love it. This is the GOAT. He was just confident, man. He was definitely confident in himself. Not worries about playing against Brady. He's washed. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm still worried about Brady. At the end of the day, Tom Brady always has a chance to do some big stuff. So I'm not going to count out Tom Brady, but that's a big game, man. This boy Tom Brady is 45. Brock Purdy is he's 22. That's crazy, man. Like the age difference is insane. Jimmy's been Tom Brady's been playing for a long time. Brock Purdy hasn't been alive for that long compared to Tom Brady, man. So Sean says Bucks have Todd Bowles, who's doing terrible. Yeah, but you can't count them out. They're a tough team. We'll see what they do tomorrow. Yeah, Juan says Purdy played 4 years in college, plenty of experience for his confidence. I agree. He's like I said, battle tested 4 years in college, man. So he has experience. Yeah, King, I agree with you. It's more confidence than cockiness. Purdy's very confident in himself, man, and it was good to see. Very good to see. Chris says fire McGlinchey. I mean, who's going to take right tackle spot? That's the thing, man. Everybody wants to fire McGlinchey. We don't have anybody else to put at right tackle. Spencer Burford was out today, and they played Brunskill, so that's unfortunate. But I think Burford will be back in a week or so. He should be back. Ankle injury. It's a good luxury that we have Brunskill, man, who could step right in. But I mean, Jalen Moore, Colton McKivitz, are they really better than McGlinchey? I don't know, man. So at this point, we know we got to get a right tackle in the offseason. So they were all over Mostert, says Christy. They were killing Mostert had no lanes. He got crushed up. Jordan Mason was running better. I tell you, they were all over Raheem Mostert, man. Sad Niner fan says every Niner season is a roller coaster, man. That's so true. So true, man. Let's talk about Greenlaw. Huge X factor, says Ivan. Yeah, man. I can't talk about Greenlaw enough. He was absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Drew says Brunskill at right tackle. I mean, maybe, right? Brunskill plays so good at right guard, though. The problem is they got a good guard with Burford. But, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you throw Brunskill at right tackle because you're right. I mean, McGlinchey definitely is a liability. He's going to go get Brock Purdy hurt, man. I hope he does it, man. I really hope he does it. So we signed Josh Johnson, huh? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't have my phone to post it. Did we really sign Josh Johnson? Am I getting over the Rona? No, I had a flu, man. Who would have been backup to Purdy? It would have been Kyle Juszczyk. Kyle Juszczyk would have been the quarterback. I'm going to go hop on Instagram real quick. Let's go take a look at the news. But, 49ers with a big dub today. It looks like I don't have my other phone right now, so I got to post this up. But 49ers get a big dub. Sad news for Jimmy Garoppolo. Defense was amazing. We won a big game, though. You got to give this whole team credit. Brock Purdy held it down. I love this team, man. This team has no quit. There's always fight. They rise up to the occasion. I'll be back soon. We'll be back live in a little bit. I'm going to go check out this news. I'll be on Instagram in a short minute, but I got to eat too. I just got home not too long ago. So I love you guys. Sushi, baby. We get victory sushi tomorrow. I love you so much. You guys have a good rest of your night.